Hi, I'm Alice.
I'm Francesca.
Welcome to Grab a Coffee.
Yay, back again.
We're back.
I love recording day.
Me too. Actually, what is your advice today?
Oh, I love it.
It's not, I don't know. I'm gonna say it's not that juicy, but it's just one of them
Yeah.
things where, like, as a professional, I saw a post that I strongly disagreed with. That another so-called professional. No, that's mean.
No.
I don't want to say that. Well, I just feel like someone was spreading misinformation.
Okay.
In I don't say group with vulnerable women. Probably not. They're not vulnerable. They're a lot of self-employed women. So, yeah, they're definitely not vulnerable. But I just feel like it was a very target audience situation, like the target market.
Right.
A lot of kind of middle-aged women who've probably been through a lot of dieting issues in the past. And then someone posted on the top tip day to post.
Right.
And I'll just read it to you. I'll read it to you, and then
let's
you
all
can.
hear it, and we'll all give our advice.
I don't know if I should have called it out on the post or if I did the right thing by not calling it out, and then I've posted about it on my own social media stories to basically be like, this is wrong. I disagree with this because.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, quite a bit of time's passed, and I don't know if I should have at the time put something, but then it's a networking group, so it's that's not a very friendly thing to do, is it, to call someone out on what they've posted about? But I also think it's quite dangerous that.
But then are we letting people just wang out any old information?
Yeah. Just adjusting Francesca's mic.
And if anyone that's not watching is like, why is she laughing? So she just can't let go of my mic. Yeah. What was I saying? You'll have to edit that bit out.
No, I don't have time to do that. We don't edit in the middle. Yeah, if someone's like spreading misinformation, I mean, obviously, like Stephen Bartlett does it all the time, but he has now been called out on it. But this is like a smallish group where a lot of people are friends in it, so I was like, I can't really say anything.
Ew.
But it's not.
Would you reach out to the person privately?
Possibly, but I feel like she believes it so strongly. She would probably just
some evidence that she could have maybe got from it.
Let me read the post.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Top Tip Thursday. I'm going to read it through. I'm going to try and just read it through, and then I'm going to take you through the bits I disagree with.
Whole thing.
I'll try and not show any emotion, and then we'll do it. Some of it's fine, but some of it's not fine. My 3 breakfast rules. Number 1, eat 17 hours after your last meal. Mine is 6 p.m, so 11 a.m. breakfast. 2, eat a high-protein, savoury breakfast. I'm trying not to look at Francesca because I'm trying to just do this really diplomatically. Today's avo toast with tofu strips. I can't look at you. 3, no fruit juice. Today's water and a mushroom coffee. Weekends, I might be a little lenient, but for 80% of my week, these are my core habits for my first meal of the day. Why? And an emoji. Give your body a rest from eating and digesting all the time. 16 to 17 hours is the ultimate time to give your body time to digest your last meal of the day. A high-protein, savoury breakfast sets you up for keeping hunger at bay and sugar levels down, preventing craving sugar throughout the day. Try it. You'll notice a difference immediately. Okay.
Do you want my untrained?
I'd like your untrained just initial. If you read that in a Facebook page that you were in, like, what are your initial thoughts?
I'd think, bloody hell, by 11 o'clock, I'm going to either be seeing black and white dots because I'll be so hungry.
It makes me feel a bit ill.
Or I'll be thinking, do you know what? I'll just leave it till lunchtime. So I'm skipping that meal, which actually always has had the opposite effect on me and many people.
Actually, that's a good point, because if she's having a breakfast at 11 and her last meal of the day is at 6 p.m, so she's only got a 7-hour
She's only doing
window.
2 meals.
Yeah, she can't be eating 3 meals. Like, unless she's eating at like 11, 3 and 6, but anyway, carry on with your thoughts, and then I'll start unpacking this.
Yeah, because the untrained.
There's so much to talk about.
First of all, it possibly would encourage people to skip breakfast, because back when I was a teenager, that was the thing. Oh, well, I just don't bother with breakfast because I'm just going to lose weight or not put on weight or whatever it was. Right. That was our thing. As well as eating as little as possible and being really unhealthy. But so that might bring that back for somebody from that time who did that, because each generation's got their own little bad things that they did. I might... If I did that, I could even trial it. I know for a fact I will be wanting anything and everything. I could even take a bite out of the side of the table, because if I wasn't eating for all that time, I would then think, oh my God, it's nearly 11 o'clock. I'm going to have something. And it wouldn't necessarily be
Would you be able to tell yourself to have avo toast with tofu strips?
No, because by 11, I'm at work. Where am I making that crap? It's not crap, but where am I making
it's like
that?
A meal for you,
it is.
It's a nice vegetarian option.
It is. But where am I doing that at 11 o'clock?
It's not practical.
No, sorry. When am I doing that at 11 o'clock? What that's done is it's taken me back to a teenage brain. Well, hang on a minute. Skipping breakfast is bad for a start.
Because it is interesting. She's not calling it skipping breakfast. She's telling you that you're having your breakfast at 11. We have our lunch at like 12. So for me, that is skip...
Yeah.
11's more like lunchtime.
Especially once you've had kids. Lunchtime can be from like 11:30 till 2, depending on where you're going.
Lunchtime.
So we're not packing in lots of other food. There's no advice apart from the breakfast. That's just the breakfast top tips, isn't it?
It is just a top tip for us for breakfast. So 3 breakfast rules. So eat 17 hours after your last meal.
Why? Because our digestive system can digest. We don't need to go on detoxes. That's what our liver does.
Yeah, so apparently your body needs a rest from digesting. So I have, but I'm gonna start from the
because it's gonna make you cross.
I don't. So the first thing that got me was the fact that she said breakfast rules. I don't like rules around food. So from the off, I was like,
because otherwise, as soon as you're not doing something, you feel guilty.
Yeah,
and then your whole week's shit because you've broken a rule.
She's got that as a rule, and then if she has her breakfast at 10 one day because she's got a meeting at 10:30 to 11, then she's already in a negative mindset for the rest of the week or the rest of the day.
My brain went completely that way. Yeah,
don't like that. So then, obviously, the first one is, I think, the worst in my opinion. They eat in 17 hours after your last meal. So. Because in my head, I just jump straight to 6 p.m. Fair enough. Have your tea at 6 p.m. Yeah, fine. What if you then go to the gym on the evening, or you go for a run,
and you're up 6 times with your baby?
Yeah. Oh my God, I can tell if Ellie's been up more because I am starving. Sometimes I have to have a snack at 4 a.m. if she's been up a lot. If she's been up a lot and I've not had an evening snack, I've not eaten. Say if we've had our tea at 6. And then she's uploads in the night at 3, 4 in the morning. I am actually hungry. So that's a really good point about nighttime wake ups.
Not relevant to everyone, but it certainly is to a lot of people.
So what if you're up at this works for either with kids or without kids. You're up at 6 or 7 in the morning. Maybe you've got pets to sort out, a dog to walk. Maybe you've got a nursery run or a school run. And then you're in the gym potentially. And then you start work at 9.
Or you've got a public transport commute. Yeah, that burns a lot of calories.
Maybe you're commuting for an hour. Maybe you've got to walk to a train station and then walk at the other end as well. And then you start work at 9, but you've already been up for 3 hours and done what feels like half a day at this point.
Oh yeah.
How is then put it
But you still can't eat.
How can you get through those first 2 hours of?
So what happens to your body when you go through that mini starvation? Obviously, we're fasting during the night. That's normal. We're sleeping. But what happens to your body, forgetting all of that, what happens to your body when... So I've on your course and I'm telling you that I'm skipping breakfast because I want to lose weight. What is happening to my body? Is it going, we better keep hold of this fat because she's starving us? Or is it saying... Is it just going to put stress on my body so it's not going to deal with the exercise as well? Am I going to be detrimental to my workout?
Yeah, so a few things happen when people skip meals, because a big thing that I get with fat loss clients is they skip meals because they think that it's an easy
it's fewer
way.
calories.
Yeah,
so
I'm not eating the calories. Yeah. But they do end up eating the calories. Yeah. They're just not acknowledging they're eating them because it's this is what I put on my social media about this post. at 11 a.m. you would be tits deep in the biscuit jar.
Oh, totally.
Because your sugar cravings would kick in. It's like when you go shopping on an empty stomach. Like, it's just
everything looks
disaster.
desirable.
Or eating out when you've not eaten all day.
Or on that commute, you might grab a coffee and there's an extra 300 calories.
Or you see, you're getting a coffee and then you see they've got croissants or cookies or whatever.
Oh, that's classed as breakfast.
Have that for breakfast. You're gonna just start getting ridiculous cravings. You'll be so hungry that you can't make a sensible choice. So her saying, like, oh, and then I'm gonna have avo toast with tofu strips. If I had not eaten until 11, I would not be making that really good conscious choice of having bloody avo toast. I would just be grabbing. I'd be eating raw bread. I'd be chomping into the avocado like it's an apple. Like,
just get in there.
Honestly, it's actually making me really like angry to think about it, because I get like some people. I know I've had clients in the past who are just not breakfast people, and they're not hungry. They're genuinely not hungry.
My husband's not. He won't. He can't.
And I was like, as a teenager, I couldn't. Right. I couldn't eat. My mum used to like try and get it in me, and I would maybe get like half a banana on my way to school, but I couldn't eat that early. It just made me feel sicky. And there are people like Mark as well. Like, there are people that are genuinely like that. This isn't a post that's saying, for those people who really struggle to get breakfast,
here's a good idea.
Here's a good idea. Yeah. When you do start feeling hungry, do this. Most of my fat loss clients who are skipping meals just end up snacking or binging, or then having massive portions of the other meals that they are having because they're bloody starving. Or on a weekend they'll go into a massive, like, they'll just binge eat. They'll be craving chocolate, they'll be craving sugar. Most people do better. I don't have any clients who have done worse by eating 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking now, I can hand on heart say all my clients who eat 3 meals a day make better progress than people who skip meals.
They have the energy for the workouts. They have the energy for the normal life. They are also not getting those cravings. They're not grabbing something else extra because they think that they need that. Yeah,
I get clients coming to me saying, "Oh, I can't reach my calories. I'm too hungry. What does it matter if I can't hit my calories? I'm full.
Yes.
I'm not hungry. I'm too full."
Yes,
because I'm making them eat more protein, which she does say. To be fair, that is a bit that other post that I did like. A high protein breakfast. I don't think it has to be savoury.
But we do not need to wait.
In my porridge with berries every day and a vanilla protein shake. I'm a sweet person, so I'm going to choose a sweet breakfast. It's still balanced breakfast. It's got carbs, fruit, and protein in. I don't think we need to overcomplicate it.
But waiting till 11 o'clock,
I'd die.
Isn't practical for most people's work schedule. I couldn't have eaten at 11 o'clock today. I was starting a yoga class.
Who is that? Like, just self-employed people or influencers? But yeah, you're self-employed and even you couldn't do it.
No, because at 11 o'clock I just finished one class and I was starting the next. So my eating was at 12:15 and I'd come out of the studio, but that was my lunch. I had eaten breakfast because I'd already been up, sorted everybody out, taken my own and someone else's child to school, and knew I had 2 classes to teach. Doesn't sound a lot, it's only 2. But
it's energy, I needed brain power, and your physical. It's like,
as I was going through, I actually said out loud in the kitchen as I was getting my bag, I got the oils for the baby massage. I was like, and eat. So I went and sorted out. It wasn't the best breakfast, but I knew I needed that before I was going to have my lunch. And now I feel absolutely fine. I don't feel like I'm lagging. Exactly.
You've not been dipping up and down.
Yeah, I'm not craving something. Do carry on.
Okay, so point 1, I just absolutely hated so much. There's a very few people who don't manage to eat breakfast, and even clients who have come to me and said, I know one of you is going to be listening. I know someone's going to be listening to this and she's going to know I'm talking about her. She came to me and was like, you'll never get me eating 3 meals a day. And she eats 3 meals a day plus snacks.
Well, you did that for me.
Yeah.
I admitted to you that I was aiming for 1,000 calories because I was so desperate. I knew it was wrong. But at that point, the mindset had gone to, I don't care how unhealthy this is. I'm so unhappy.
Yeah.
What you gave me was, first of all, I stopped feeling dizzy and getting headaches.
That is quite handy, isn't it?
It was awful. and I saw a difference, and I ate the food. I enjoyed the food. I felt full and just like better overall.
You just feel more like just
balanced,
quote unquote, balanced and normal throughout the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then point 2, eat a high protein savoury breakfast. I mean, I definitely agree with high protein, and I notice if I've not had protein in my breakfast because I have my breakfast at like, it varies between 6:30 and 8, 7:30 to be honest, depending on the day of the week and my routine. But if I don't have protein in it, I am starving by 10:30. So I've already had a meal and be starving before she's even having her bloody breakfast. If I don't have high protein.
No, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous,
that is funny. And then I just looked at my phone. I was like 7:30 in the evening. I realised that's when I screenshot. I thought that was the time. That's when I screenshotted this. I was like,
"We're chatting a long time.
What's happening with my phone clock?" Missed nursery run by 4 hours.
Yeah, you might have had a phone call by then. Can you imagine? Oh my god!
No,
it's only
idiot.
3 minutes.
Wake up,
2.
Alice. Yeah. So agree with the high protein. I don't really. It can be savoury, whatever. I just think whatever floats your boat. To be honest, some people are not that savoury people. Some people are more of a sweet tooth. I don't think you can really dictate whether.
But you're adding your protein.
I'm a bloody grown up. Don't tell me I have to have a savoury breakfast. If I want ice cream and a protein shake on the side, I'll have ice cream and a protein shake on the side.
But you're not recommending that as a daily choice.
I wouldn't recommend it as a daily choice. But yeah, if you had some fruit, it's fine, isn't it?
3 Ripple ice cream then.
No fruit juice. Today is watermelon mushroom coffee. Well, I've since learned what a mushroom coffee is because I was enraged by this on my Instagram stories. It just sounded really weird to me.
It makes me want to gag.
Yeah, no, I don't like mushrooms. Apparently, it's a coffee alternative that's caffeine free but still gives you a bit of a buzz. I'm so...
What, magic mushrooms?
Yeah, basically. It must be. I don't know.
What the hell?
I don't know.
Just drink the bloody coffee.
Yeah. Also, I'm so tired, just tired to the core. I don't even feel coffee.
Yeah,
I probably should just drink decaf because I just drink it because I like it. So whatever. I don't know why no fruit juice.
Is it
probably to do with the sugar? Because she
Yeah.
wants you to have a savoury breakfast, and fruit juice is obviously sweet.
Yeah, you're going to spike your blood sugar, aren't you? But
yeah, because she's put later on the savoury breakfast prevents sugar cravings. For me, whatever I cut out, that's what I'm going to crave.
Yeah.
If I cut out bread, I'm craving bread. If I cut out chocolate, I'm craving chocolate.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if it's sweet or savoury.
Yeah.
So if I'm telling myself, I don't even drink fruit juice, but just thinking about not having fruit juice is making me want bloody fruit juice. And I don't even have a fresh orange with my breakfast. Yeah, and when I read this, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, got out fresh orange. Oh, yeah, I'd love a fresh orange. Do you know what I mean?
Next thing you know, she's bought a machine and buying her own oranges.
Yeah, I've got a juicer now.
I think because I know it's only supposed to be a breakfast tip thing, but because it's such a dangerous post without any other thing. So
there's no context.
Oh, so long as I eat that at 11 o'clock and stuff my face the rest of the day because there's no other advice, no other tips, no other nothing to say that that's okay. Or what isn't and is, and you'll be absolutely starving. So you'll have already eaten 4 croissants, 2 cappuccinos, and some massive bar of Galaxy.
Well, that's
on the
what
way
made me
home.
laugh at the end, where it says try it and you'll notice the difference immediately. And I cackled out loud because I thought, well, the only difference I'm noticing is how many bloody custard creams I'm shoveling in my gob.
And then you read the side of the packet and the whole thing's 700 calories.
Yeah. I thought that is what I would notice if I did that. How bloody starving I am. Because I've got clients who might do a workout after the kids are in bed. They might be exercising until 9 p.m.
Yeah. I used to do when I worked office hours, I did that.
Then the next day, I wouldn't recommend doing an evening workout and then a morning workout. But if this is all your schedule is allowing you to do, you fit it in however which way you can fit it in. So if you're doing an 8 p.m. workout, and then a 7 a.m. workout, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just think that giving out this blanket advice like that with no context.
There needs to be more to it.
It should be more like if you're maybe this is more aimed at menopausal. Maybe it helps more with.
No, because I think that would put too much stress on.
Well, yeah, I honestly don't really know. I couldn't tell you who this is aimed at. I don't know, influencers. I honestly don't know. I don't know if to message separately and say, like, what is the... You're saying you notice a difference immediately, but what difference? Like, there are studies that show that having a longer fasting window, like longer that... Because most people do fast for 8 to 12 hours when they're in bed.
They're in bed, yeah, exactly.
Especially if they don't have evening snacks.
Yeah.
But there are studies that show, like, having a longer fast is good for your body. But the general population have got bloody bigger fish to fry than having a bigger fasting window. Like, can we all just eat a bit more fruit and veg and eat some more protein and drink some more water? Like, let's get the basics right before we're getting people fasting.
Yeah, start small with those little changes. Who aren't even
going for an outside walk, and you're telling us to fast. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, my breakfast tips, obviously unqualified in the industry, would be something's better than nothing, but with a massive glass of water. Let's try and get lots of water into us.
To be better at that.
Carry a water bottle around with you, refresh it. Yeah, when you first start doing that, you might wee a bit more, but it will calm down. Your body will get used to that.
Does it? Yeah.
Do you not think that happens when you first start?
I've got quite a good bladder, to be honest. So
okay.
But I'm not that great at. But I'm not that great at water, I'll admit it. And that is one of my things. I can go to the gym, I can eat really balanced meals. I really struggle with my water intake.
Well, you can't have it all.
I know.
But yeah, so
I'm
let's
Mary
start
Poppins.
small.
I'm just practically perfect in every way.
Don't start singing a musical.
Just a spoonful of sugar. I could probably bring a musical into every podcast. That's
amazing.
I'll be able to somehow get it in. That's funny.
I'll only know the song if it's from Greece.
Do you like Greece?
As the only one that's allowed.
Will you tolerate it?
But watching it now,
when I was
at
school, I used to watch that every day.
Oh,
like on video. I'd start it before school and finish it after school.
That's adorable.
That's funny. On video, videos are better because when you press stop, that's where it stops.
Oh yeah. You are still old enough to remember the good old video player.
Whereas a DVD,
yeah,
you press stop, then you've got to find your scene again. Shambles. At least Netflix remembers where you're at. Right. Other streaming services are available.
So yeah, I think we've picked that apart, and hopefully people aren't really taking that too seriously.
Yeah, and I would really love to hear people's comments on.
Yeah, someone might be doing one of the fasting routines and it's working for them. Let's find out how and why.
Yeah. Do you fast and do you feel benefits from it? How often do you fast? Because I have read studies. It's a lot of it is kind of a lot of what I've read about fasting for longer periods. Like, let's ignore the fact that breakfast is a fast. Like, not breakfast. Breakfast breaks the fast of being in bed.
That's literally where the word comes from.
But apparently that doesn't count anymore. So, if you do more of a prolonged fast like this lady, do you notice the benefits? Do you know? Have you done it before and not noticed any differences? And
are you grabbing stuff and craving?
How often are you doing it? And what happened? Yeah, are you craving sugar?
Yeah.
Are you
craving it now?
How do you fit all your meals in? Because I'm thinking, like, so she's having avo on toast with tofu. Like, that would keep me full for a good, 4 or 5 hours.
But would it? Because you're already putting it into a very, very hungry belly.
Yeah.
That would disappear for me if I was that hungry, which I would be.
That's a good point.
So
it would keep me full for a long time because I'm eating, my meals spaced out through the day.
What about really good breakfast and 11s, but something really sensible and protein? You know, you've prepared it the night before, taken it to work with you. It would be better because then it would last longer, because if you eat when you're that hungry, it's going to disappear quicker.
Yeah, so something I used to that I really bought into, which I don't agree with anymore, is, so it was back in lockdown really, I started I'll just listen to my body and eat when I'm hungry. Which is fine when you literally don't have to commute to work, don't have any responsibilities.
Yeah.
You're in bloody lockdown. So I was having my breakfast. I was having my breakfast about 10 o'clock in the morning because that's when I was hungry. But obviously,
your night looked different.
Everything was
day
different.
Looked different.
I wasn't commuting. There's all sorts. And then once I had my daughter, I was eating whenever I could freaking eat because
yes, exactly.
I was just eating whenever I had a window to eat. I wasn't bothered about if I was hungry or not. I would just eat. I would just, oh, she's settled. I'll quickly make my lunch. Okay, it's 11:30 or it's 2:30. Whatever time it was.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what time it is. I was eating or trying to eat balanced meals whenever I had the opportunity to because because I've quickly realised I don't know when my next opportunity is going to be. So if I don't eat now, it could be another 7 hours and I'm going to die. Not literally, but...
Or maybe just faint, that's not dramatic.
Which isn't ideal when you're carrying a newborn baby around. It's not an ideal situation. But if I just stuck with my... listen to my body. Or if I coached in that way and said, you just have to... You listen and wait for your hunger cues.
I'd eat constantly.
Yeah. Either eat constantly because my body wants a digestive biscuit.
I can fit it in, so it's going in.
Or you have this situation where you are waiting till you're hungry. Oh, but okay, I'm hungry now, but I'm at soft play and those chocolate brownies look really good. So I'm going to just have one of them for my lunch instead of an actual lunch.
Yeah.
Whereas when I get mums eating at regular intervals and eating because it's breakfast time, because it's lunchtime, because it's dinner time, they're not ever having those massive drops off a cliff where they're then just enticed by food that they know doesn't align with the goals. And obviously they do eat cake, they drink wine and eat chocolate, and all my clients eat what they love, but the point is not eating it because for the sake of it, or because
instead of
replacing your lunch with a chocolate brownie is not.
And if that chocolate brownie is that one time you went to soft play, that's fine, not 5 times a week.
And I think what becomes really empowering is making choices that align with your goals. Because when people start trying to be healthier, they see a lot of it as cutting stuff out, saying bye to food, or saying no to things. But I always say to my clients, you can eat an array. You can eat. I want you to all eat what you love. Let's say chocolate, for example. If you really love chocolate, I want you to be having it several times a week because I don't want it to get to Saturday night
and you have the family pack in to yourself.
Exactly. You eat a whole bar because you maybe you've had one glass of wine that you've tracked into your calories, and then you end up eating an entire bar of chocolate.
Yeah,
and then you feel like shit,
mentally, but not physically, because it's amazing when you do that.
Yeah. We've all done it. I would still do it now, but it's making that less of a you want it to be less of a regular occurrence, one off rather than every weekend. But I can't remember where I was going with that.
We can have what we want. We're not cutting stuff out. We're not banning stuff.
Yeah. When they're adding more to the diet, adding more protein, adding more fruit and veg, eating food that they enjoy, they find that they'll be in a situation like at soft play where they are making that conscious choice to say, I'm not going to have that cake because it doesn't align with my goals right now.
And not feel bad for it. You're not hungry for it.
Yeah,
you're not
I don't
needing
need it. I am allowed it. Or okay, it's my daughter's birthday at the weekend, so I'm not going to eat this cake now because I'm choosing to have it then instead.
Yeah, there's going to be some treats. There's going to be birthday cake, and that's fine.
Exactly. It's not. I'm saying no for now, not no forever.
Oh yeah, totally. As soon as you ban something, it's you've ruined it. Yeah,
like we've already talked about. But I think it's really empowering for people when they start actually being able to say no, and not feeling like they're missing out because they know that they're choosing to say no rather than being forced to say no because they're on some stupid diet that tells them to have breakfast at 11 a.m.
Who's got time and space to cook up that at 11?
You're really hung up on how you're going to cook avocado on toast with tofu at 11 a.m, aren't you?
In between 2 classes, or on the train to somewhere, or in the middle of a meeting, or Excuse
me, mums. Let me just get my camping stove out.
you stay down, dog. It's good for your digestion.
I'll fry this tofu up. Get me avocado on toast out my lunchbox. So impractical. Yeah, so that's my little soapbox rant for today. Sorry, I just need to get that. But what do you think? Should I have? How should I?
It's so
that?
difficult, isn't it?
Should I just left it like I did?
How many days have lapsed?
It was Thursday and it's now Monday.
Do you know what? It'll soon be another Thursday, and you're never good. Oh God, I don't know, because I think yes, we should be saying, oh, actually, or oh, well, in my opinion, or I've tried this or whatever, but
it's a rabbit hole, isn't it?
I'd really like to think that if I got something really wrong, somebody, another professional, not just any Tom, Dick or Harry, could say, this is where I've learned this information from. This, I disagree.
Or question.
I would like to
where
think
did you learn that?
I could look at myself and go, oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I want that, but you don't know if you're going to get that reception
really
or
defensive.
Not. Yeah,
I feel like if it was someone who posted it on like on their Instagram and it was a post they were just putting out there into the world, I probably would comment on it. I'm a bit more unsure because it's in a
friendly group,
kind of a networking group of.
Right.
It's quite a small group. I don't want to look like it's.
Could you contact the admin and ask for advice? Not say who it is or what it is. Ask the admin. I don't want to like spoil the group. I don't want to be. But there's some things that aren't correct. I can back up my science. This person perhaps needs that support or hasn't learned that yet. I know that sounds really condescending, but how?
I'm gonna maybe I should just I might look at her and see what her. I don't know what her business is. I'm guessing
it might be that it's because there's nothing else behind it, no context, no other advice. That it looks really bad, or is it just?
It might be for a really specific type of person.
But then you can't just roll that out to the world.
You've got to say, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got to say it's. Yeah. If you are X, Y, Z, do this.
Yeah. So that's actually really doesn't matter what the topic is. That's really interesting, isn't it? To think about when we see something like that wrong. Do we see something out in the street? Do we see something on social media? How much do you interfere? How much do you say? Actually, I know that is wrong and that can be damaging. You know, can I help you? Do you need support or, you know, whatever it might be? Is it something? I mean, gosh, don't go down the whole parenting thing, but you know, you see. Something to do. Yeah, you just leave people to do what they want with the kids. But you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of any situation like this that you're in now and how we approach that and pull that up to be a good member of the community, as in not ignoring things. So, for example,
without looking like a dick,
maybe, but not getting somebody. Getting aggressive online and being nasty online and potentially damaging you.
Because I don't want her to feel like attacked or embarrassed.
No, exactly. Because it could have come from a really genuine place. She could have read something that
I think I need to go away and look at like what her actual business is and see what qualification, and then maybe like open. Maybe I need to, if it turns out she's, I don't know, a nutritionist or something.
I should she's just posted badly rather than not
maybe
knowing.
I'll just like ask her, like, I'm really interested in
the science behind this.
Can you tell me a bit more about why this is better? Like, you've said you noticed a difference. What are we noticing? What? Like,
yeah.
And maybe go down the intrigue route, and then if she can't really substantiate it, then be like, look, I'm going to be brutally honest. Actually, as a personal trainer and coach, I really disagreed. That's probably
the kindest way to do it.
Advice.
You're giving chance for some facts to come out, some research that she's found to come out.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that there will be anything really substantial.
Or maybe it'll just make her think next time, like, look at who your target market is, and like, you can't just say to the mass population, eat your breakfast at 11 a.m. I think it's also a good fact for consumers as well, listening, to be aware not everything is targeted at you.
Yeah.
That's the other way to look at these things, isn't it? Like, it might not be, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say it is targeted at a very specific person, and I don't know who that person is yet, but let's assume this information is for a very specific group of person.
But and all the people it's not for will scroll on by.
But they probably won't because they don't know it's not for them.
Yeah.
So advice to consumers that I would give is don't assume that everything's for you. Because stuff won't be for you. And it might be more damaging. But it's really hard, isn't it? Like, in the noise of advice that's out there in all industries, how do you wheedle out like the facts from the ridiculousness?
Yeah, I know. I say that to people who want to like say, tricky, well, why do I need to spend £50 on coming on one of your courses? I could just look on YouTube. You absolutely can. And the chances are it's someone like me that does it already as classes and has done some YouTubes, because we've all got to have these other things.
Yeah.
But you also run the risk of it not being.
Yeah, I mean, unsafe.
I have got my certificates in my bag, and if no one's ever asked, they probably will now, won't they? No one's ever asked. I've got my CRB check in there, I've got my insurance in there, I've got all my certificates in there that are all accredited and qualified and done. So I'm happy that what you get from me, I've done the work behind it, and I do the CPDs behind it. So the chances are those people on YouTube are people like me that are then also doing videos.
Like people, like when there's yoga to teach. I do yoga videos off YouTube.
Yeah, of course.
But
absolutely.
I know that it's qualified instructor.
Yes.
Yeah, but also people, for me, okay, when I booked your baby massage, it wasn't just because I wanted her to have a nice little belly rub. It was because I needed to get out of the bloody house and meet some people.
Oh, totally. Classes are much more than that.
I needed the routine of every week for 5 weeks, well, and then beyond when I booked toddler as well.
Yeah.
Like, not toddler, the baby yoga. Having that, I can't remember what day it is, Tuesday at 10 or whenever it was.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
I think it was Tuesday at 10. Having that routine, a reason to go outside, because when you're in those really early, like, she was 3 weeks.
I just won't today.
I think she was 3 or 4 weeks old when I first came. Yeah, so like really in the trenches of newborn.
Yeah.
And then meeting other mums who were going through the exact same, and like being able to feel seen and feel heard in that really like safe environment. I'm not going to get that from watching a YouTube video.
No, exactly.
And that's invaluable in my opinion.
Excellent. That's very good. That is what happens.
That is a point you can make to people as well, though. Well, you could watch it on YouTube, but you might make best friends.
Exactly. and it could be just that you have a nice time in the room with those mums. No one says you have to make friends. Some people are happy where they are, or they don't want that, but you have a nice time in the room in the moment, and that's great too. But usually most of them will be meeting up, going for coffees. I find out much later on. There's a mum that's been today who's come back with her second baby, and the eldest is 3, and she still sees those mums that she was in my classes with. So that's really lovely. But that's a huge bonus to come into baby classes. But just with the YouTube thing, they might not have those.
No, it might be credentials. It might be dangerous. That's really
yeah.
If you start massaging a baby in the wrong way, like especially around the belly.
Well, around the belly, you should be going clockwise, because that's the natural direction of the digestive system. But what those videos can't do is say, if baby's waiting for a hip scan, we're not going to do this move. We need to know if we're waiting for a hip scan.
If they've got the dysplasia.
Some babies, I've had a baby whose digestive system had a hole in it. And there were certain things to miss and to change.
Which obviously you know all about.
Well, yeah, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I did that in my training, but
refresh.
It hasn't come up yet, so I'm going to go and do it.
A client who's got something very specific,
totally.
I'll research. I won't just start coaching them.
And the company that I trained through, always doing little CPDs that don't cost very much. It's usually just a video, or you can join a Zoom, and it's brilliant
just
for
to
those
keep adding to
other
knowledge.
people, other instructors in there. You're getting ideas as well, but also constantly topping up. So that person's not doing that either. But yes, it's a tricky one. It's like saying, yes, I know it all. You've got it wrong, and it feels mean, doesn't it? But also, somebody out there is going to starve themselves and be really miserable.
No, don't. There's a woman out there today. There'll be a woman today who's who's only had 1 meal so far.
Well, you'll be pleased to hear I have had 2, and I intend on having at least another one.
Thank you. I need to have my free swimming lesson snack. So I don't eat Elodie's chicken nuggets after swimming lesson.
Oh, right, it's nearly 2:30. So
you know
one more.
Go on. There's chicken nuggets. Oh, you're a vegetarian. Anyone listening?
Corn chicken nuggets are nice.
The chicken nuggets in the Leisure Centre Cafe. Oh my god, they're like chicken balls, but they're huge. They're like chicken balls from the Chinese, but they're absolutely ginormous.
Okay. Corn chicken nuggets are really nice.
I show a protein bar before I go, otherwise I end up picking off her plate.
I know, because when they don't eat them all, there's like this whole untouched chicken nugget going.
It's not even got any dip on it. It's not been near anything. It's not even been sneezed on.
That's so funny.
So enticing. Yeah. Ew.
So another thing that's quite dangerous is when they weigh all your children when they are in reception.
Oh,
yeah.
They do it in reception.
So
So who's just been weighed?
You've seen Tristan, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know his body. You've seen him. You'll have seen pictures on social media from when he's 6 now, but obviously this was reception.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah. He's like the same age as our nephew. Yeah.
And I had a letter back from that visit to say that he was overweight.
What?
Have you seen him? There's
nothing on
him. You can see that boy's ribs.
Yeah, you can literally see his.
Have you seen that photo of him on holiday? No, but some children just look like that. So there's a photo of him.
There is literally nothing on him.
On holiday, and he's lying in this pool. I've put a face cloth over his widget.
We're back to widgets.
And took a picture, and he looks starved, right? This boy is skin and bone.
I bet you can see his spine.
He can. He's a boy, so he feels more substantial when you hold the chest, like when you're little and you pick them up.
Boys are a bit dense, aren't they,
yeah,
boys?
Exactly. Him and the Elodie will probably feel, I know there's an age gap, but they'll feel different. So he was more dense than the girls. But the letter came back to say he was overweight.
What the hell? What are they based on?
And there was loads.
BMI.
Yes.
But BMI is based on men.
And there was loads of advice on what I could do. And
like
I thought,
40-year-old men or something.
Oh my God, what if I went into a panic and started restricting his food? I would damage him. I felt like I should have booked an appointment and gone, what are you going to do about this? Look at him.
That is so bad.
That's what I should have done.
That is so bad.
It was absolutely disgusting from the NHS to be told that he was overweight. The only thing I can think of is that the letters got mixed up. Yeah, but the letters could have got mixed up.
They shouldn't even be using BMI. They shouldn't use it on anybody.
I'll try and find it and show it to you.
I hate BMI so much. I mean, this could be a whole other podcast. This could be a bloody long.
I'm morbidly obese.
Just a few things. Like, this is really... Yeah, this is probably not morbidly obese.
I did my BMI. No, this is when I was about 24 and... I was at least 3 stone lighter than I am now, and it said I was obese.
No. So the first major issue with BMI is that it's based off a white
middle-aged man.
Yeah. Or like 35 to 40. I can't remember the exact age.
From so many decades ago, even white middle-aged men aren't like that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. The height and stuff and everything.
Ridiculous.
And yeah, body composition and like bone structures, like everything.
Yeah.
So Liam is morbidly obese.
But have you seen the height on him?
Yeah, there's like.
And isn't he a rugby player? His thighs will weigh more.
Literally, honestly, he's just.
It's so ridiculous.
There's not an ounce of fat on him.
No,
it's ridiculous.
But
kids, I know it's hilarious, isn't it? He's got a 6-pack. How can you? What? He's not even got like a dad gut. Like, not to rub it in. My husband's got a 6-pack. But no, no dad bod here. No, but in all seriousness, like, how can someone with actual like muscle definition be morbid obese? But this happens any athlete, or like, it's not. I mean, I guess in terms of NHS BMI is an athlete. Anyone who trains and has muscle mass will, especially men, because they're heavier anyway, will come up as obese or morbidly obese. It's obviously not for women, so we have boobs, bum. Well, some of us have boobs.
I think I got your share.
Some of you have boobs, bums, hips, all the good stuff. We're not a man, so it doesn't work for us either.
There's a good few pounds here. I weighed them.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
You don't fit into a double J cup without adding to your weight.
Yeah, I bet you've got half a stone of tit.
It's so ridiculous.
I mean, combined, do you reckon half a stone?
I'm going to have to weigh him again. That's so funny.
Just to check. Check the progress.
Plop him on the kitchen scale.
We need some bacon today. We'll be, no, just weigh me tits. Oh God. I really just hope that any woman listening to this just goes into the kitchen and starts weighing their boobs. It's so funny.
Yeah, can we have comments, please?
Tell me how much your boobs
just
weigh.
Don't say anything, just put the numbers in the comments, and then we'll secretly know. But yes, no, it is a load of old drivel, and it's sad that the NHS will use it.
I can't believe I didn't know they used BMI. I knew obviously they used like
they weighed
scale,
and measured them all,
and I didn't know they used BMI as a measure.
Decided that the little. I'm going to try and find the letter so that you can see what they did.
Oh god!
But yes, that little whippet
Elodie will end up coming out as.
Well, I'm thinking
she's always been at 95th centile.
They do it again in year 6, and I'm thinking of not giving permission because what if they say something to him and it spurs an eating disorder?
No, don't yet.
It was so good that he wasn't old enough to realise. Yeah, the same thing happened to another friend because we all grow at different rates. We're all different heights. And if someone in year 6 said you're overweight at that age, I would have probably ended up with an eating disorder if someone had said that to me.
Such an influential age, isn't it? That's awful.
I remember
being to go to secondary school.
I don't know how old I would have been. Hang on, I weighed 6. I was growing normally. And I've always been tall. And I remember weighing myself and it said 6 stone. And I was in tears because I thought that was awful.
Because you weren't 5 stone something.
Maybe. But obviously I was a child. I was meant to be.
Everyone else was 5 something probably.
But I don't know. But I was meant to be that weight.
Yeah.
But I was devastated. So if year 6...
I do think they should be weighing kids if they're concerned about them being under. If they're growth. Like it's a growth thing.
But I suppose like it's good they do growth. Everyone because then it's not like, all right, well, we'll pick out the 2 fatties. You can't do that.
But I don't think they should be weighing overweight children. I think they should just be having a word with the parents about the diet. Like
there was a little bit of sugar swap advice on the back of the letter, and then to speak to the GP, and I was like,
I'm sorry, I cannot get it right. What was his? More obese.
Just overweight, yeah.
So if he's overweight and you can see his ribcage, there are kids out there who are literally going to be like off the bloody scale of BMI, like off the scale. Yeah, I was always under. I was like a little rat, but oh, that's another one. I was a rat in the Pied Piper of Hamelin in primary school.
Not only can she bring a musical to every podcast, she can bring 2 musicals to every podcast. So, yeah, this is what, according to the NHS...
Have you got it in your phone?
Well, I'm going to try and find that letter for you.
Oh, God.
Oh, where is it? Oh, this is good content. Just sit here scrolling. But
it's fine.
I know. There's such
I think that they should just... If your child's underweight...
I mean, he's got his swimming stuff on there, but
concerned about
you can tell that child is not overweight.
What the hell?
Isn't that ridiculous?
I don't understand. I think if there's concerns about like malnourishment, yes, and I think if there's concerns about actual health in terms of, well, maybe they're not doing they're not doing exercise. They don't want to participate in exercise.
Yeah, they'd notice stuff in PE and stuff, wouldn't they?
They're not eating fruit and veg. Then maybe words need to be had, but that's terrible. I would opt out for year 6, to be honest.
I am going to because I don't want... He's quite sensitive, and I think I would have taken him to the doctor had he not had some sort of weird irrational fear of going into like office space. I couldn't get my eyes tested once because he just freaked out in the opticians. Really? So I had to leave. So I think I would have taken him had he not been like that. Taking him into the doctor's office would have caused him more upset than the satisfaction I would have got from going, really? Sort it out.
You could have sent him a photo.
I could have just started becoming really like paranoid and restricting his food.
And then potentially...
Ooh, look at the fat rolls.
Oh my God.
His little ribs. It's ridiculous.
Jesus.
He's actually skinnier than that now because he's a 6-year-old little boy and he's up and off and out, and it was just really... But yeah,
Christ, that's harrowing. That is actually harrowing.
Thoughts on everything that we've talked about.
This was a serious podcast. This was so serious.
Yeah, you see, we can be serious sometimes.
We can be serious.
Anyway, I'm off to school now. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening.